Well, Ravi Shankar Prasad and Manish Tiwari representing the government and the opposition. Union Minister for Law, Justice, Communications and Information Technology versus the former Information and Broadcasting Minister in the UPA government. Gentlemen, welcome. It's 1 versus 1. Now, I don't believe in commemorations, but clearly the Congress party does, Manish Tiwari. I mean, what was the need for you to be in such a tearing hurry that you put some 100-day charge sheet against the government, which is just about taken over? I mean, you're trying too hard to pin down the government, aren't you?
Well, Mr. Goswami, insofar as the 100-day charge sheet that you talk about, it is the responsibility of the opposition to hold the government to account. So whether it is 30 days, it is 60 days, it is 90 days, or it is 24/7, if the opposition does its duty, I don't think anyone should be quibbling about it. And especially given the fact that over the past 100 days, rather than the promise of Acche Din being fulfilled, what you've seen is the spectre of fundamentalism and communalism hang low over this country. And possibly the most eloquent evidence of that is that if you were to reflect back on your own channel over the past 100 days, you would find that a majority of your own channel time has been devoted to discussing and debating extremely potentious statements which have emanated out of government and out of sections of the affiliates of the government.
I hear you.
Which have created the spectre of insecurity.
I hear you.
Therefore,
I hear you.
So therefore,
Mr.
allow me to
Tiwari.
complete. So therefore,
no, I hear you, Mr. Tiwari. Mr. Tiwari, I hear you. I hear you.
Just allow me to complete.
Before I begin the debate, I ask my Ravi Shankar Prasad, I think then let's go into specifics. Mr. Prasad, what do you say? But would you want to make some opening remarks about the 10-point charge sheet the Congress party has put against you today? Broadly, before we go into specifics.
Well, first thing I would like to say that the Congress has been pinned down very heavily by the people of India. The people of India have taken them to serious account by reducing them to be 44, the lowest ever in their history. I would think they would need to introspect and reflect and have a little patience. If they are not having to, I have no problem. But the people of India have given their verdict. In the last 30 years, the BJP won 282. Under one leader, the NDA won 340. And let me straight away come to the point what we have done to rebut what Congress is saying. Governance has been rescued. There is no policy paralysis. By one stroke, nearly 80+ group of ministers were completely superseded and quashed. We were asked to take our decisions. If need be, take guidance from the Prime Minister. There is great investment, confidence in India. Capital goods have risen by 23%. Prices are going to come under control. Investment is coming. See the foreign policy today, Japan is a testimony of that. The kind of heroic respect India and Indians are getting in Japan, 2 lakh plus crore of investment, and equally telling Pakistan and also China as to what Indian foreign policy articulation is. Most important, take the pro-people initiative we have taken, including states' interest in terms of giving mining royalty a big kick-up. Therefore, everything is going fine. People are very happy. Congress is unhappy. We have no problem with that. I would say, wait for a little more. This is a government committed to integrity. There is no corruption. Decisions are being taken fairly and quickly. And Arno, synergy, see a classic example of that. You showed that on your program. On 28th of August, in one single day, at 77,000 places, this Jan Dhan Yojana was launched. 1.24 crore account holders were given bank accounts on the same day, and the Prime Minister writes to all the 7 lakh bank employees to join in this kind of inspiring program. That is called implementation collectively, which Modi has demonstrated. But Congress party is not willing to see them. Good luck to them.
All right, Ravi Shankar Prasad, the charge number 1. I'll try and go through as many of the issues they raise. Frankly, Manish Tiwari, I find it laughable that a government in whose 5 years, 5 ministers had to resign because of pressure by the media, Raja Maran, Veerbhadra Singh, Bansal and Ashwini Kumar, talks about corruption. But in any case, let me get the response. Ravi Shankar Prasad, the Congress party says,
Allow me to first respond. Allow me to first respond to the opening. Allow me to first respond to the opening remarks.
There is nothing factually wrong in what I have said. Why are you interrupting?
Allow me to first respond to the opening remarks of Mr.
Why are you
Ravi
getting
Shankar
needled?
Prasad. And then we'll go into specifics, Mr. Goswami. Allow me to respond. Allow me to just respond to the opening remarks, because Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad has made a rather expansive diatribe which needs a cogent response. So therefore, I would like to say to my good friend Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad that, motherhood and apple pie is all right. All the commitments, all the achievements that you have recounted, that's all fine. Why is it that after 100 days, when the first litmus test took place in the form of by-elections, you found the Bharatiya Janata Party wanting everywhere, whether it was Karnataka, whether it was Punjab, whether it was Bihar, in each state across the country, you found the Bharatiya Janata Party wanting. So therefore, while you patted yourself on the back, for getting 282 seats in May, would you also like to answer as to why does the equation seem to be getting reversed
for all our viewers,
exactly 90 days later?
For all our viewers,
I think on a balance,
all our viewers, and I'm going to know, for all our viewers, Mr. Tiwari,
for the BJP to introspect.
You see, Mr. Tiwari, what will happen in this very warm conversation between the both of you, if it goes on in an unstructured manner, then we won't be able to discuss any of the issues I presume you want to discuss. Or should I believe, Mr. Tiwari, that you concede that all the points Anand Sharma made had no real factual basis, which is why you're trying to run away from a serious debate on the news are on those subjects. Now, if you're not, my question goes to Ravi Shankar Prasad. Ravi Shankar Prasad,
all the issues that you want.
Mr. Tiwari, I will not let you become the anchor of the news hour. Ravi Shankar Prasad, on the issue of corruption, here is what the Congress party says.
I am not the anchor of the news hour, and I do not want to become the anchor of the news hour.
Thank you. On the issue of corruption, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Manish Tiwari's party, the Congress party, says, they attacked us about coal, they called everything a scam, they scullied the UPA, now they are requesting the Supreme Court to not cancel 46 coal blocks. They say, what has been said about the coal issue? Can the Prime Minister explain why 18 of his ministers are facing serious criminal charges, compelling the Supreme Court to make this observation that it is for the Prime Minister to ensure that those who have a criminal background are not included in his Council of Ministers? Why is the PM quiet on this? Sir, they are accusing your government of hypocrisy. I'd like to hear your response on that. Charge number 1, corruption. Mr. Prasad.
The reply is very simple on Coalgate. What was government stand? It has been set aside being illegal, the consequence has to follow, all things have to go. But forsaking the power situation of India, with the Supreme Court itself has stated, we will go to the specifics. It was said, at least in case for 46, leases have been executed, production has started or going to start. Therefore, for the sake of energy security, kindly consider that. The rest will be completely auctioned out of nearly 200 plus. Is it a wrong statement to make? We have said we accept the judgment. I have said that the rules of the game have been made very clear. Therefore, please, that's the point number 1. Point number 2, Arnab Goswami, it is indeed a little exciting and a little curious to hear Congress talking of corruption. But one is politically motivated cases. But Arnab Goswami, let me tell you one thing. In the case of Mr. Yadurappa, the BJP bounced back in Karnataka so heavily, in which he played a very crucial role. He's a popular leader. But what he made the minister? No. The Prime Minister took a call very clearly and categorically. And let me tell you, Arnab Goswami, you're my good friend, I have great personal regard for you. The way the decision is being taken by this government, fairly, objectively, our mandate is very clear. No compromise on corruption. We have been given complete freedom to set right the whole mess they have left behind. And Mr. Manish Tiwari, I don't grudge a consolation prize to you of winning 1-2 seats in Vidhan Sabha. Wait for Lok Sabha. But just to remind him, or no, it's very important to remind him, in Bihar, in 2009-10, the BJP NDA lost 10 by-election out of 13. but
Anyway,
came
we're
with a
not talking
two-thirds
about.
majority
No, we're
in the
not talking
subsequent
about
outcome
by-poll
election.
results. No, we're not
He
talking
mentioned
about
that.
by-poll
I
results.
thought must put the record straight.
I'm not
All
talking
right,
about
all right. I get
by-poll
your point.
results, but I
get your point.
presume that on the issue of corruption, and by the way, to all our viewers, you can tweet live. Who do you think is winning this debate? Ravi Shankar Prasad or Manish Tiwari? You can tweet us what you think about it. Manish Tiwari, Ravi Shankar Prasad puts a sharp response to you. I don't want to be stuck on it, but perhaps before slamming the BJP, you should look at your cabinet list of 2009 and the ministers accused of crimes. I don't want to read out their names. Subodh Kant Sahai, Harish Rawat, Arun Yadav. How many ministers were accused? And unlike the previous government, which even promulgated an ordinance to give a 90-day breather to convicted MPs, this government worked on a roadmap to fast-track cases for criminal MPs and MLAs. You are looking shallow on that, Mr. Tiwari, which explains your silence on this subject tonight. I understand
Well,
that
Mr.
you are on the
Goswami,
back
now
foot
allow
on
me
this
to-
one, so we'll move to the next point.
Well, Mr. Goswami, before you pass judgment, allow me to respond to it. On Colgate, what has the Supreme Court held? The Supreme Court has held that all
Sir.
allotments made from 1993 till 2009 were capricious and illegal. I would like to ask you, does 1993 to 2009, does it not cover the NDA years? So therefore, what was followed in the
I'm
NDA
sorry.
years in terms of the allotment
Who?
criteria,
No, 1 second.
the same
Mr.
was followed
Prasad
in the
intervenes
UPA
on that.
years.
I'm
So
allowing
therefore
the
you have
intervention.
Mr.
No, sir.
Ravi Shankar
Since
Prasad
he said
patting
I'm
himself on
intervening.
the back,
No, he
that
wants to intervene.
that we are trying to cleanse corruption.
No.
Allow me to complete, Mr. Goswami. Allow me to complete. But he gets selectively amnesic, when it comes to the fact that the
I'll
Supreme
take
Court
one
has set
response
aside everything
before I
from
move on.
1993 to
I remind
2009.
you.
And number
I
two,
remind you.
the observation with regard to corrupt ministers, has come from the Supreme Court. So therefore, it is for the government to respond
Sir,
to
it
the
is an observation,
of the
not
Supreme
an
Court.
instruction.
Why is
You
the
know
government
that.
so
You're a
silent?
lawyer. You know what the court said was an observation, not an instruction. And I have seen, no sir,
minister,
no sir,
charge-sheeted
you know what the
minister,
Supreme
no
Court said was an
minister
observation, not an
against whom
instruction.
NPW is pending and the police
Mr.
cannot
Tiwari,
find
I'll
him,
take
then it is fine. Then it
one
is
response
fine.
on the issue of
But-
corruption
but-
only on Colgate. I allow a rebut from Ravi Shankar Prasad. Mr. Prasad's turn now, please. Mr. Prasad, otherwise we'll get stuck on one point.
Mr. Goswami,
Mr.
the fair
Tiwari,
thing
why are
to
you
do
getting
is,
worked up
when
on the
you
issue
put a
of
question to
corruption?
Ravi Shankar Prasad, allow me to respond to it.
No, you responded well and
I
clear,
am not
sir,
getting
but
worked
why
up,
are you
I'm
getting harassed
worked
on
up
the issue
the
of
manner
corruption?
in which you want
Maybe
to
you're on the
conduct
back
the
foot.
debate.
No, there is no manner. Don't
I
insinuate,
am
Mr.
not getting
Tiwari.
harassed, Mr. Goswami. But the fair thing to do is when you put a question to Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad
When
and
you
he
raised your
articulates
hand-
a response, give me
So
an
when-
equal chance to
No,
respond to
I
it
did.
so that it is fair
I
and
did.
balanced.
No, when you raised your hand and he wanted to, we wanted
Yeah.
to intervene him, I allowed
Yeah,
him. So he
so
raised his
therefore,
hand, I
when
allow him.
raised my
And then we
hand,
move to point number two, Mr. Prasad. What did you want to say
interruption
there?
starts from you. Please don't do that. So go ahead.
Arnav, I have just one humble request to make. And this very small representative of the government, which is one with a massive mandate, will be given some time to speak in this program. Okay? I'll be really grateful. Arnav, on the Colgate, I have to make only one clarification. The Supreme Court, in its wisdom, binding on all of us, said the screening committee route was wrong. But in case of the UPA dispensation, they have noted the whole CBI investigation as to how Colgate were allocated, how rules were flouted, how ineligible persons were promoted. Therefore, if Mr. Tiwari in his wisdom is seeking to compare the two, I have nothing more to say. Or now I would again repeat, the way the governance is going in this government, the way decisions are being taken, therefore the people are flocking. Let me tell you, I am the IT minister. So many international companies are coming to have investment in electronic manufacturing. The way 5.7% growth rate has been achieved. We are promised to take it to 7%. This whole favorable climate is a direct byproduct of good governance. That's what I am trying to highlight.
Sir, 5.7% growth the government says is not your growth. Anyway, I'll come to the second point. What? No, Mr. Tiwari.
May I,
Mr.
Mr. Goswami?
Mr. Tiwari, I'm moving on to the next issue, Mr. Tiwari, which is of centralization of power.
It will
Which
take
is of
30
centralization
seconds.
of power.
It will take 30
Mr.
seconds.
Tiwari.
One clarification.
No more
Would the
seconds.
law
Mr.
minister-
Tiwari, no.
would the law
I put my
minister-
foot
would
down
the
now.
law minister.
I
Hang
put-
on. Let me ask a clarification. No, please allow one clarification in larger national interest. Would the law minister please enlighten the nation that has the Supreme Court not held that all allotments which were made from 1993 to 2009
Sir,
were
you're getting
illegal or
stuck
not?
on that.
Is that a correct statement of fact or not?
Or not, did I deny that? As if I am being positioned as the Law Minister of India by Mr. Manish Tiwari? I do not know law as much as Mr. Tiwari does, but I know a little of law.
Why are you getting antsy?
I've
I
read
only
the
asked-
All right, now one
At the
second.
very-
Point
at the
number
very-
two.
at-
Point number
At the
two.
very outset, I said all have been quashed. I only
Point
distinguish
number
the
two.
I think
Point-
Mr. Tiwari today is becoming too personal because Mr. Tiwari has not something to say substantial.
Mr. Tiwari, minimum, your second charge was centralization of power. PM said minimum government, maximum governance. Minimum governance has met one person. This has meant centralization of administration and governance. It does not mean undermining the cabinet form of government, etc., etc. I mean, you basically said the government's got Modified. Now, Mr. Prasad, you concede there is, on that point, there have been reports that the Prime Minister's office has assumed a very prominent role in appointments. There are notes to ministers which dictate that the Prime Minister's approval is necessary before any personal staff or official is appointed. There are talks about whether appointments of private secretaries to cabinet ministers have been held back. You know, there is this whole argument being put by your critics and quite publicly by the Congress party today that there is a level of centralization which may not be in the larger interest. Some amount of centralization is good, but it's getting beyond what is necessary.
Or no, I will see it like this. 7 RCR does not look towards 10 Janpaths anymore. There was power concentrated in 10 Janpaths for 10 years. Here the 7 RCR occupant, the Prime Minister, riding on a popular mandate, is taking decisions rightly for the country as the first
Right.
among equal as the Prime Minister of India.
Yeah.
The same Prime Minister is carrying with the Cabinet Secretary of the previous government or not. Mr. Ajit Seth, he took out a rule book which says that the private secretary should not be placed for more than a particular year. That's all. Nothing more. What is wrong with that? But the same bureaucracy today is performing so well. And you know it very well. He called the meeting of all the secretaries where he asked their name, first name, shook hands with them and talked to them one-to-one what was wrong and how we need to improve. These are all elements of governance. Yes, Modi ji is the Prime Minister, is the first among equal. But let me tell you, Arnab Goswami and your viewers, I am handling some important portfolios in my own modest way. And the Prime Minister has given us all the freedom to take a decision. Yes, if we need some guidance, we go to him. He guides us. That's what. If the PMO needs some briefing to give in to us, they give us. That is all a part of good governance as the leader of the team. Nothing wrong
What are
about
you
it.
missing,
It is
Mr.
not
Tiwari?
concentration. There is no
What?
10 Janpath wide way. Only
No
7 RCR.
centralization. Well, Mr. Tiwari, the country is better off, isn't it, governed by a centralization of power in the hands of a Prime Minister rather than an ineffective Prime Minister who lives, you know, in a world of denial and the dual power structure which corrupts the system. Mr. Tiwari, you think you got the wrong point here on the issue of centralization? You mixed up leadership with centralization.
Well, my good friend
Perhaps.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad is absolutely my good friend Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad is absolutely correct. You have a Prime Minister in office today who looks towards Nagpur. So therefore, whatever then gets evolved or unfolded in the country is as Nagpur desires. And that's why you have this.
Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. 1 second. 1 second. Ravi Shankar Prasad, you're having a good laugh. The line froze there. The satellite link with Manish Tiwari seems to have frozen. What do you find amusing in what he's saying, Mr. Prasad? He's back. No, he's back. Okay, once he's back.
Allow me to prove it. This government starts its innings. This government starts its innings with a statement saying that we will repeal Article 370. After that, you have a statement in Parliament from a senior minister that the Uniform Civil Code will be back on the agenda. Then you have the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, which is an affiliate of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS, almost warning the minorities that you are second-class citizens. Then you have the RSS chief declaring that India is a Hindu Rashtra. And in the middle of all this, you have the deafening silence of the Prime Minister. So therefore, whose agenda is working in this country? Is it the agenda of 7 RCR or is it the agenda of Nagpur, may I ask?